Welcome back, Ascension family. I'm sharing channeled messages from my second book, The Chosen One. In this second chapter are all stories about my past life healings. Past lives are your personal travel diary, your transcending and interpersonal time machine, allowing the human experience to cooperate with genetic, karmic, and soul purpose. It also works in relationship with biological and environmental dynamics to further enhance and create the experience. It's opportunistic and perfect. It is God's will of life. It is perfection and ongoing. The connections and lives are infinite. The words, the wisdom, the experiences contained within this book carry a frequency of light, which is inherent to its source. It is subtle but powerful vibration of love, which will help you eliminate whatever you no longer wish to co-create in your life. It does not matter from where you've come, whether you are male, female, young or old, rich or poor. These elements are merely the exterior dynamics of a much higher, richer, wiser being who really is you. This story is titled Ancient Egypt. 8-year-old little Nadia runs along the dusty street. She is clossed with a Heshem sack. A simple rope ties at her waist. Her face is very dirty, but underneath you can see a pretty little face. Nadia emanates a vibrant, positive energy with her big smile and open expression. She runs towards a house, knocks on the door and hands over a bag of gold to a half-balding man. He thanks her, "Good work, Nadia," and he hands her a piece of gold for her work. The man then collects many of these little bags into one big sack and leaves the house. He has to deliver them to the king. He is collecting taxes. This man's job is a tax collector. However, he's so lazy, he gets Nadia and many other children to do the collection work for him. His belly is fat and he's very well fed. The children are opposite. They are frail and underfed and rely on the consistent work so they can buy food to eat. They won't let him down and he knows it. It's like the smug cat who swallowed the canary. He has a win-win situation. The man tells himself he's actually helping these children by providing them with an income. But the work can be dangerous and children deserve to eat without child labour. He receives extra bonuses from the king for delivering extra taxes or the taxes on time, which he does not pass to his child labourers. Nadia is a survivor, confident and healthy. She is not threatened by him, as she knows she is much smarter and faster than him. She knows that one day the tables will turn and the canary will no longer be captive and will fly once more. The other children were not so confident at that time. They lived in fear of his constant threats of no work, no gold. Nadia knew one day she would be the empowered one. Nadia spent the next 7 years working and quietly observing. At age 15, she had developed into a beautiful young woman and was attractive to all the young men who saw her. She was generally never far from the royal palace and dreamed she would somehow make it inside one day. Her dream actually came true shortly afterward, as she was approached and invited by the king himself. He had noticed her outside the front gates and was quite taken by her vibrant smile and friendliness. He offered her shelter, food, and clean clothing in exchange for being one of his many food servants. He quickly grew to like Nadia, as she was grateful and gracious. Something about her allowed him to trust her, which was against his usual suspicious nature. Over the next year, she was promoted to be his assistant in the managing of the wives and the education program of both his children and his wives, having direct communication with educators and teachers of both. Nadia was life experienced in various ways, including having strong survival skills and the ability to generate income honestly. The king realized the value in her in that, as much as her humble beginnings were very challenging, she had strongly to her personal ethics and beliefs. She stayed positive and focused on her dream. Nadia had reached into her peripheral vision of life and convinced him that everyone needs a job, tasks, or an education to feel worthy, including his people. Nadia became a representative of a valued and groundbreaking example for her king's popularity. He became known and loved as the caring, conspicuous king who cared about his people. Nadia introduced and created a large school for children, and she eventually was responsible for having the extra bonuses for the lazy tax collectors abolished. Rather, she implemented the extra wealth to be put back into the schools and education programs throughout the kingdom. The collector lost his bonuses, and the worker children, as a lot of them, were now being educated at the school, which included having food, meals given whilst in attendance. Lots of the children wanted to become healers or wanted to work with animals. Healing has taken place. God bless. In the description below are all links and services for all my products and workshops. Till our next story, God bless.